Jesse Dayton right here at KPFT Houston, getting a little help from Brennan Lee, right? Singing back up on that one?
Yeah.
She was just here playing at the Discovery Green Concert Series and put on a great show with Melissa Carper from the Carper family.
Yeah, she's great. Me and Brennan have a record together.
Yeah, that's right. You guys do some duets.
Yeah, it's I really love Brennan. I mean, I think she's like, if I was the king of the record business, I would make sure that she was a big, in a perfect world. Because she's beautiful. She writes songs. I used to say this, you could fill the Astrodome with women who could do passable versions of Crazy, but you can't fill the batter's box with women like Brennan who can sing, who are multi-instrumentalists, who write songs. She's a big talent, man.
Very cool. Very cool. You guys got some future dates coming up? You guys still play together every once in a while?
We still get together every once in a while. I mean, we're both kind of, off doing our own thing. I've been doing this film thing, and it's just kind of,
keeping you busy.
Yeah.
We got a little sidetracked. You were talking about writing a part for the guy in Slayer who came down to do some stuff in the movie. And
yeah, well, I said, I went to my producers. I'm like, hey, Tom Araya, the lead singer of Slayer. I mean, these guys have sold, 50 million records. Probably, one of the top 3 metal bands in the world. They play nothing but soccer stadiums outside of America. So they're like huge.
Right.
And I'm like, their fan base has got to love horror movies.
Sure. And putting him in there,
Yeah, totally. So we got him in, and we basically just, I wrote this part for him where he's coming, like, is the only survivor of a neighborhood that just gets taken out. And I thought, we got to give him something that his fans can go, yeah, of course he was the only survivor. Right. He's a singer for Slayer.
Very cool.
So it was cool, and he did really good. And it's a cameo, and he just walks on frame and delivers a few lines, and you just go, wow, that was the singer for Slayer. So, but there's a bunch of cool people, and the singer for X, John Doe, is in it. I wrote this part for the singer of Social Distortion, Mike Ness.
Okay.
And Mike couldn't do it because he had to go on tour, and I said, well, who else do I get? Because I really want like one of those iconic punk rock guys. And they said, dude, you should get John Doe. He was in Roadhouse and Great Balls of Fire, Boogie Nights, and so he came on and just really did great.
And your old buddy Lou Temple's in it as well.
Well, Lou's the star of the movie. Yeah, Lou Temple, who started out here in Houston in the theater scene, who's now actually hotter than any of those actors.
He's in The Walking Dead, right? Yeah.
He's in The Walking Dead. He just got killed finally.
Right.
But he was in that Unstoppable movie with Denzel. He's in the new Lone Ranger with Johnny Depp.
Nice.
They actually have him in the trailer. So if you see the trailer for the new Lone Ranger movie, he's just working all the time, man. I mean, he's really blown up. I mean, we used to hang out at the Pig and Whistle Live in Richmond with the Road Kings, and so yeah, his life has changed. I mean, he bought a Big Mac Daddy house in Los Angeles and got married and
living the LA Hollywood lifestyle.
He is, yeah.
That's cool, and that's cool that he's starting your new film and you guys still hang out and stuff and work together. That's awesome. Tell folks about one of the guys in Metallica likes this new film, Zombex. Tell folks a little bit about that.
Yeah, I don't know what I'd do without the rock and rollers, man. Because I mean, I just, I never fit in with the Nashville guys. And I just never did, and I just, I always felt.
I'm glad, man.
Yeah, but some of them are the nicest guys around. You know, it's not anything personal or anything. But I just.
You're a little rough around the edges to fit. To be into that,
I always felt, they were all the boy next door, and I always felt like kind of the anti-hero guy. I cheered for the guy with the black cowboy hat.
Sure.
People like Rob Zombie and now Metallica, and they've helped me so much, and turned me onto their fan base. And so Kirk Hammett, who's the lead guitar player for Metallica, is like a huge horror movie fan. And he saw the trailer and said, Metallica's doing this Orion Festival in Detroit. It's huge, like 100,000 people. And he goes, I'm doing this. I'm going to have my own tent with all this horror memorabilia in it. And he goes, I want to have the movie there. And I was like, great. So, you know, and it was, you know, it was just such a big deal for us. I mean, our, you know, Twitter just started lighting up, and all these people are, you know, wow.
This has already happened?
Yeah, it's already happened. It happened last weekend.
Did you go up there?
I didn't, because I was playing.
Right.
But
went over well. Metallica fans liked it.
Yes, I mean, it went over really well, and they put our trailer for the film on a loop and played it like the whole time.
Nice. Very cool.
Yeah, and it was just like, you know, you got to figure those guys are, you know, James Hetfield is like, I met him, you know, he's like a big rockabilly fan.
Mm-hmm. So he's known you for a while.
Yeah, he knew me when I played on that Waylon record.
Cool.
And he wrote about me in this guitar thing. I like this guy and blah, blah, blah. And, you know, so these entertainer guys are never what you think they are.
Right.
You know, because they're all just
normal guys.
Yeah, they're all normal guys working, trying to get home to their family and hang out. And,
sure. Well, that's cool. That went full circle. That he found out about you a long time ago doing the rockabilly thing, and now he's a fan of one of your films.
Yeah. Now I just got to get Metallica in my film. The next
well,
one.
hey, that's next. Now you the film Zombex just got bought. You said.
Yeah.
Explain that a little bit and what happens next.
Well, right now. Well, it went to Cannes Film Festival, and it got picked up for foreign distribution. So right now, like, we just screened it for Warner Brothers a few days ago, and we're talking to a bunch of people right now about domestic release.
Mm-hmm.
So we should have a release date in the next 2 or 3 weeks, 2 weeks. These things take a long time, man.
Sure.
It's like, I mean, this has been 17 months of my life, and you know, it's like it's real. I'm just really burned out. I'm fixing to like take the wife and go
hide somewhere.
Yeah, go turn off my cell phone. But
sure.
It's been crazy. It's been like you know, where you got to get up at 7 because the guys in New York are getting up at an hour early, and you got all these, you know, it's really adult stuff, man. It's
right.
not as much fun as playing music. I
Sure.
can tell you that right now.
A lot of loose ends you got to tie up and stuff constantly.
Musicians got it easy, man. They they can go back to the hotel and crash for a few hours and hang out and drink beer, and they don't have to wake up the next morning to, you know,
organize
look
stuff.
over a contract or whatever.
Let me ask you this: are you in Zombex at all? Is there a cameo of you in there? Nowhere.
No,
not even as a zombie or anything.
No, I didn't want to be in it. I just I like the idea. I mean, it was so much to, you know, do it. The people are like, "Did you do all the music?" And I said, "Well, I did most of the original stuff, but I didn't score it. I actually brought in a composer. You know, I didn't want to like micromanage myself or, you know, do this Orson Welles ego thing where you just like try to do everything yourself. I figured, you know, surround myself with good people. I'm writing, directing it. That's, you know, big enough learning curve for me at this point.
Well, it sounds like everything's gone smooth so far.
Yeah,
so
I can't wait
it's
for
probably the
people
right
to
thing.
see it, man.
Yeah.
I'm excited about the Walking Dead fans seeing it because,
Sure.
you know, other people who are like, well, I'm not really into horror. Well, you know what, dude? I didn't make it for you. You're not. In fact, I don't even care if you ever see it. I made it for all these millions of people who watch horror movies.
Yeah.
So all the other people are like, well, Jesse Dayton, I like his music, but I'm not. That's fine. Just
right.
get the record, come to the shows. We don't have to talk about Zombex. Trust me, there's plenty of horror fans out there.
Well,
So
now you said that when they picked this film up, they also signed you up to do another one.
yeah, I already wrote another script, an 85-page script. And I'm gonna do it with Lou Temple.
Okay.
Another one, and I'm gonna build another cast around Lou Temple.
Cool.
Just because, you know, he has that old school 70s way, like all the films that I love, you know, or that's you know. And the cool thing about film, you know, you can do whatever you want musically, but you might not get any attention if you're too crazy, because the corporations have really milked the youth market, and you know, it's just
you got to follow a formula. You're not
yeah,
gonna
it's
really
a lot
make
more
it.
tame out there. I don't personally. I'm lucky. I got a cult following, and
Right.
toured for 10 years and didn't come home. Lived in a van, and you know, I don't have to cater to that. But the cool thing about movies is you can make them extremely edgy, and a lot of people will still see it.
Sure.
So as an art form, it's very, you know, like liberating and forgiving, and so I'm hoping we can we do this next one with Lou, and you know, bring some. I think we're going to do the exteriors in East Texas and do the rest of it in Austin.
Cool.
Yeah.
You throw any local musicians in? Any Texas musicians?
I did.
In
I put my friend Kinky Friedman.
Is he in? Is he in Zombex?
Yeah, he's in. It's a great part too. It's so hilarious. He plays like this old disgruntled military police guy.
All right. Perfect.
And so he walks in. I mean, the guy Lou drives in. He's got a bunch of guns in the back of his car, and he goes, "Man, you're carrying a little bit too much heat in your car." And it's really hilarious because people who know Kinky will go, "Oh my God, that's Kinky Friedman."
Sure.
But yeah, I put Rick Broussard. I put like 3 of his songs for the Cajun stuff.
Okay. Cool.
In there, and
you did a couple songs in. You actually recorded 10 songs, but only 2 of them were in the film. And we'll talk about that record, which isn't even really out yet.
No,
it's
just going to come out as a soundtrack for Zombie.
All right. Well, we'll talk more about that in a minute. But for now, you're in town promoting this Jesse Sings Kinky. You'll be doing some of these songs tonight, not only at Under the Volcano, but also at Cactus, doing an in-store there. Pimping this bit.
Yeah, I'm happy with that. Record's done.
It's great.
Well, I learned a valuable lesson on that record was don't really focus and pay too much attention to what you're doing. Just get a bunch of great songs and go in and record them. Because I was making the film, I didn't have time to write another record.
Right.
And I'd been listening to all this old Kinky stuff. You know, people associate him with like all his funny novelty stuff, and they don't realize it. You know?
Yeah, serious songs also.
Oh man, Kinky was, you know, in the early days, he was running with Tom Waits and Willie Nelson and Christopherson, and Souled American and songs like that were very, you know, they were. I mean, John Prine and all these guys loved him.
What is that? What we're going with? Souled American?
Let's go with Souled American. Yeah.
All right, here it is. Here's Jesse Dayton singing Kinky Friedman, Souled American on KPFT.
Cool. It's cool, man. Let me know if I blab too much, because I'm all hyped up on coffee.
Jaded falling, cowboy star. Pawn shops itching for your old guitar. Where you're going, well, God only knows. And the sequins have fallen from your clothes. Once you heard the Opry crowd applaud. Well, now you're hanging out at 4th and Broad on a rain-wet sidewalk, remembering the time when coffee with a friend was still a dime. Everything's been sold American. Early times is finished, and the one adds all the rest. Everyone's been sold American. In dream of dreams.